Okay, so today we're going to be talking about the proper setup and function of the track torches. The track torches are available for us to be able to cut bevels and cuts in larger, thick steel. We also have the pipe bevelers, which do our round objects, but today we're going to be focusing on plate. So we got a 3/8 piece of plate right here that we're going to set up and cut. First, let's talk about the mechanical side of the track torch. So what we've basically done is we've added a modified version of a hand torch onto a motorized carriage. The carriage here has a couple operations we need to know first. First of all, we need to know that we have a motor built on here. So we have direction down, makes the machine move to the right, center, motor off, up, motor to the left. You notice it's not moving right now. That's because the clutch is not engaged. If we want forward movement to the right, we would flip down, pull up on the clutch. Speed is adjusted by this knob. It's preset for most thicknesses, so you won't have to adjust that primarily. When you want to stop, clutch down, motor off. If you want to go the other way, flip up, clutch on. When you're done, clutch off, motor off. That's the basic motorized function of the track torch. Now let's talk about the adjustment of the actual arm. The arm has a couple axes it can move in. We can move in and out by way of this knob here. The torch can go closer to the table or farther away from the table with this rack and pinion here. Right here we have a gauge for the angle. So typically it's loose enough we don't have to undo the knob on the far side. We can adjust the torch to the angle we want. There's markings on the machine itself. So we have this plate right here, this 3/8 plate. To get started, we want to get the machine kind of close. So we want to make sure the clutch is disengaged, and we're going to adjust the plate. We're going to do a cut down the center. So we're going to adjust in and out and our angle. I want to cut around a 45-degree bevel on this particular plate. So I'm going to look here. Right now it's set at around 30 degrees. I'm going to rotate until where I'm about 45 degrees. When you rotate up, it obviously comes farther away from the plate. So I'm going to bring back the arm. I'm going to drop the torch. I'll do my final adjustment once the flame started. I just want to get close and make sure it's fairly lined up with where we want to cut. Okay, so we're pretty close there. The next step is setting up the torch for a neutral flame and then a cutting flame. To do that, it's just like using a regular cutting torch. We have to have our striker. We want to have a number 5 shade, whether it's on your hood or in your glasses. We're going to start with acetylene, just like before, on a normal cutting torch. We strike that. We flip down our hood. We turn it till the black soot has disappeared. These gauges are preset, so you don't have to adjust them. Next, we're going to go to our oxygen. We're going to turn our oxygen on. This is where the hood comes in. We're going to come down. Create a neutral flame. Once we have a neutral flame, we're going to pull on the lever at the top. Pull this back. We want the flame not to get longer when we do that. You notice it's getting a little longer. We're going to adjust the oxygen so it doesn't do it like this. Now we're going to get close to the part. We're going to get a little closer. That's going to be fine for us. What I like to do is I like to preheat. I'm going to turn the motor on so it will go to the right. I'm going to engage the clutch. This is going to preheat. On thinner materials, it needs less preheat. Thicker materials are going to need more preheat. When it gets to the end, I'm just going to reverse the direction of the motor. When I get to the end, I'm going to stop it, turn the clutch off. I want to get close to the edge of the plate where a slight orange color appears. I will then turn the motor on to the right. I will turn on the cutting action and then turn the clutch back on. So here and here. Now we're cutting. We will be looking through our hood on our number 5 shave. When we cut all the way through, we turn off our cutting gas. If we're going to cut again, we turn the clutch off, we go back to the start, we turn off our motor. In this case, we're done. So now we're going to turn off the oxygen, then the acetylene. And what we're left with is a nice beveled plate. We'll have to take some slag off, but we're ready to rock and roll. And that's how we use a track torch. If you have any questions, get with your instructor. We'd be happy to do a demo for you.